issues in biofabrication systems. First of all, I would like to render my sincere thanks to our management, executive director, and principal for giving us this opportunity to organize this program. On this occasion, I take immense pleasure to welcome our resource person, Dr. Sri Ram Kumar. Currently, he is working as an assistant professor at Dr. NGP Institute of Technology, Coimbatore. He completed his BE degree at SRM Ishwari Engineering College, Chennai in 2010 and master degree at Sri Krishna College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore in 2012. He obtained PhD in 2017 from Anna University. He has published around 80 research papers in international journals and conference proceedings. He has authored 3 books titled Basics of Embedded Systems, Software for Embedded Systems, and Engineering Practices Laboratory Electronics. He is a reviewer for various journals, including Elsewhere Journal. He received a grant of 5 lakhs for the funding project from IIM Bangalore. Also, he generated rupees 6 lakhs 7,500 from AICT for the scheme of PMKVY MSDZ for the course of Medical Equipment Technician for the financial year 2016 to 17. He is a member of ISTE, SDIWZ, AACIT, CSTA, ISQEM, IRAD, and BMESI. We are very happy to have you as our resource person, sir. On this occasion, on behalf of our management, I would like to extend my warm welcome to our resource person, Dr. Sri Ram Kumar, sir. Also, I welcome our head of the department, Professor Syed Akbar, and coordinator of this program, Mrs. Karpura Sundari. I extend my warm welcome to all the participants who joined with us. With us, now I invite Dr. Sri Ram Kumar sir to start the session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Dear participants, I would like to thank management of Ramakrishnan College of Technology, HOD sir, principal sir, and Karpura Sundari ma'am and Kavita ma'am for inviting me to deliver a lecture. Thank you for giving this opportunity. The topic behind is research issues in biofabrication systems. Going to see about next 1.5 hours. So hope my audio is clear for you. Also, you can able to see my presentation. Actually, 2 accounts will be shown there. Kindly pin my presentation. Is everything clear for you? Can we start the presentation?
Your audio is clear, sir, but we cannot able to see your screen.
Kindly pin my screen, ma'am. Actually, 2 accounts will be shown. If you pin my screen only, you can be able to see the presentation.
Oh. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Participants, kindly pin my screen. C. Ramkumar, assistant professor. You can see 2 accounts. In that one, it will show as a arrow mark, which is presenting the screen. Kindly pin that screen. If you're able to view the screen, kindly reply in chat box so that I can start my presentation. Is everyone can view the presentation? Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Samita. Participants, I welcome you for this session. The title behind the session is the biofabrication, as this is the most trending technology and so many research works are going behind the biofabrication system. Basic to the biofabrication system is of there are many cellular system or microbiology system. You are changing the tissue. 3D printing gets very booming nowadays. In this type of 3D printing, you can able to replace the tissues in your body. You can able to finding the how much bacteria has been affected, how much virus has been affected. As this in this pandemic situation, everyone needs to know what type of virus has been attacked our cells. Is the cells attack all the RBC cells? Is the cells attack all my brain tumors? Like that, you want to know each and every factors. In this type of research, it's mandatory that every biofabrications deals to the 3D printing. So hope everyone should enjoy the style of 3D printing, what the healthcare technologies has been grooming nowadays. So coming to the part, what the biofabrication deals with. Is the biofabrication is important to the living organism? Yes, definitely. So biofabrication usually is defined for the production of complex products, biological products, such as living cells or matrices or biomaterials, even after the sum of the molecules. So like this, you started producting the products of complex, whichever gets failed, you have to replace this type of living cells. With the type of living cells, usually 72 mhp has to be reproduced for each and every minute of your body. So the living cells gets degraded or it gets decreased. It automatically it starts corroding your something like your calories. Your body weight gets reduced. So you have to reproduce the living cells materials each and every second. This type of living cells plays a vital role. Coming to the biofabrication, the tissue usually construct a modular approach, which always leads to creating a tissue that is recapable to finding the complexity in the nativity tissues. So coming to this major part, you are going to do some of the biofabrication, which is a automated production. Usually this type of biofabrication is not a man-made. It is a automated production of tissues and also your organs. This usually address the health challenges in our medicine. So the basic principle behind the biofabrication is a additive manufacturing. This additive manufacturing leads to the 3D printing. What the 3D printing will do? 3D printing usually combines some of the materials like cells, gels, even also some of the fibers. All these three types gets combined and produce a single construct that can be replaced the damaged tissue or some of the injured tissue. So this is the basic behind the 3D printing. So the final product what you are getting is a complex term which contains n number of components, including structural as well as cellular constituents. The biofabrication usually have broad range of tissues such as skin, nerves, even vascularized bones or blood cells, even in terms of failure in heart, kidney, bladder, urinary bladder, all this leads to a biofabrication. So 3D printing is going to play a vital role in this type of techniques. So the matrix formation behind the tissue culture usually leads to developing a new drug discovery which understand the cell biology by replacing the tissues and organs whichever gets damaged. Even if the 1,000 number of cells has been damaged, you can able to reproduce the 1,000 cells in a microseconds using this 3D technology. So 3D gets very much booming. And also the main important part is it is not necessary to replace the tissue from one human to another human. Even you can replace the tissue from animals to human also is because the tissue acts like a same even from animals to human also. So you can even deals with the same methodologies behind this type of activity. So coming to the major challenge in the field of biofabrication is you have to produce a large number of fabrication Also solid organs with high density of living cells you have to do in this type of challenges. So this pictorial will helps you to find what type of things I am doing behind the biofabrication. That there is a technology called scaffold fabrication. What is meant by scaffold fabrication? So it is a process where in which the uninterrupted structure or some channeling microarchitecture or even some of the hot wall substrate gets failed in synthetic division. So in the type, some polymers like PGA or PHA, even P4HB will start acting to the scaffold fabrication technique. So the hot wall gets the failure of tissues in the heart valve gets replaced for each and every cells, which is gets analyzed by the fabrication techniques. So the images shows the scaffold has some of the biomaterials. In that biomaterial you can able to find each and every cellular material as well as also tissue ingrowth. Both will be inside the biomaterial. So now you are doing the co-fabrication techniques inside the biomaterial. So each and every inside the biomaterial, the cellular material in place of tissue ingrowth gets collaborated and the cellular material gets fabricated. So it starts generating your tissue in an automated process. Even the automated process helps to produce only the successful tissue gets growth and even much and much higher, so that the failure tissue gets been eradicated in this type of technique. So this is the cellular biofabrication method behind this process. As I already told, the 3D biofabrication is very much booming for tubular tissue engineering. Even the tissue gets replaced from animals to humans also. So coming to the animals, so I am taking here one of the animal pig. So I am taking the tubular tissue which is removed from the animal donor. So from the animal, I am going to remove the tubular tissue from that animal. After that, I am going to enzyme this type of tissue with a solid irrelevant like PHP4 or PCA5. Like that, I am going to do enzyme and I am going to decellularize all the material to get the cellular material. I have to eradicate this type of tissue and get the cellular material, which is a success, and it is also should match to the human. So I am going to decellularize the tissue. After decellularized the tissue, you can able to get a seeded population, which you can able to seeded into a decellularized tissue. So the all the cells in this tubular tissue gets eradicated and the enzymes completely, and you will get that black image which contains no eradicated cells inside this tissue. After that, I am going to take some of the cells from your body, as I want to match whatever the cells present in your body has to be replaced by the same type of cells, so that it gets manufacturing inside your body. So I am going to take some of the working cells from your patient for the expansion. As I am going to match this, it is an automated process. It gets increased. So I am going to do this type of activity from taking some of the cells from your body. After that, I am going to culture a bioreactor proceeds implanting into the patient. Before that, I am taking all these type of tissues and generating how much number of tissues from your body, and I am going to cultivate this type of issues, and I am going to I am going to feed it into your body. So hope this type of process will be continued from any type of animals. So we are going to take tissues. Even you have studied some of the research behind this. So whenever we are finding some of the medicine, we are going to inject the type of medicine into the human body. After that, human body starts reacting. So like that, it's going on. So like that, the process has been initiated over the tissue engineering. This is the 3D biofabrication tubular tissue. Hope everyone has been convenient with this type of method. So coming to the next one, the most important thing behind the biofabrication is a bioprinting. So bioprinting technology. What is bioprinting technology? Is this biofabrication deals with biotechnology, bioprinting? Yes, of course. The technology behind the biofabrication is you have to produce a living structures using a tissue engineering is the bioprinting. So the fabrication with respect to the living structures only deals with bioprinting, and this type of bioprinting usually constructs with a tissue, um, has some set of techniques. You, as you are going to produce this type of structures, you have some of the techniques behind this type of structures. You are transfer some of the biological important materials. As I am taking some of the tissues from your body, I am going to analyze using the enzyme, and I am going to reproduce the same set of tissues from your body using the some of the software like CAD software, or you can use some of the 3D printing software. So you can able to do the type of research behind this. So that's the bioprinting behind the fabrication process. So what are the evolution techniques behind the tissue engineering? Is 2020 supports the tissue engineering, or bioprinting leads to the future generation? Yes, of course. The bioprinting and tissue engineering goes to plays a vital role. As you know, everyone may aware about the COVID issues. The virus starts attacking the cells and the liver, and even in terms of pancreas, it starts corroding every each and every particles in your body, and it gets allows the virus to enter into the whole body, and the blood cells has been reduced. Like this is going on. So how the tissue engineering has been started? In 1984, Charles Hull, named as Charles Hull, he is the man behind the tissue engineering who initiated this process. Why this type of cells gets corroded? Is it a artificial or a man-made? If I can able to, as his wife has gets affected by this type of diseases, he started his own research behind the scheme. What is this technique he have finded out in 1984? Is the man the stereolithography. This is an apparatus. Usually it deals with the optical fabrication. Also there will be a photo solidization, like some of the resin printing in form of 3D printer. It's also a type of 3D printing technology. So in this 3D printing technology, he is using some of the models or prototypes, even some of the patterns we have already seen in the body, like laser fashion. Layer by layer, you are doing some of the techniques behind the parts. So I am going to do, he implemented some of the photochemical process, which a optical light can travel from one medium to another medium, so that the tissue or the cells has been traveled from one medium to another medium using a 3D technology. So in 1970s, he started this type of research, and in 1984, he applied a patent in the uh, stereolithography. So in this medical coding, he have generated some of the techniques, and this techniques is able to emit the light, LED, like that. He is going to emit through a laser medium, and the transparent photon is transmitted to a tank, where the tank contains a liquid photopolymerization. So it's able to receive the technology what the CAD can able to do, and you can able to generate the tissue from this type of technique. In 1984, he started this type of research over here. After that, in 1996, Dr. Gabor has initiated why we are sticking towards the same cells? What is the technology behind the sticking of cells? Like that, he started doing the research. While doing some of the sticky cells, he started working towards, why can't we do a embryonic development behind this type of cells? Is it a needy cells? Like that, he started working this type of fabrication cells in the 3D printing only. Boy, all these methods going behind the 3D printing. So he is a started a research, as he is a biomedical engineer. He started doing the innovation and he became a successful entrepreneur also. He started the biological physics to working with the mechanism of morphogenetic mechanism. He worked with the biological physics and he is developing a embryo. So in the developing embryo, he takes some of the tissue engineering, and the tissue engineering is capable to regenerate on their own medicine. If I am going to inject some of the medicine, it has capable to regenerate, to improve the quality of life of the patient. Mostly he applied this type of work to the patients who are admitted in the hospitals, and he injecting some of the medicine inside the body. That medicine plays a vital role. Even for 20 years, it is capable to reproduce, regenerate the tissues whichever inside the body. So in this type, he can able to replace the affected functional tissues by a working tissues, by applying some of the chronic shortage of donor organ. If I am my blood is fully clotted, so some of the donors is ready to accept to give some of the tissues or cells. So he started injecting the medicine and getting the tissues, and it gets applied to a strategical expenditures. So that's the most important thing, the findings. Usually he find out the things behind this. After that, in 2000, uh, he started doing some of the research behind the urinary bladder. So in the urinary bladder augmentation, many virus usually gets affected in the urinary bladder. So the urinary bladder augmentation using a synthetic scaffold, as I already told scaffold about, the scaffold is usually you are going to take some of the cells behind the technique. After that, the cells gets reproduced and the affected cells has been replaced. Like that, it's going on. So what the urinary bladder regeneration in this bioengineering or in the biofabrication usually deals with. So usually the bladder reconstruction is a most serious problem, as it starts affecting your kidney, as all of you have very much aware about that. So we have to take care of the urinary bladder. Whenever it gets affected, you have to reconstruct the urinary bladder, which is a most simplest thing nowadays. So bioengineering has regenerated some of the tissue bladder engineer. In this tissue bladder, the scaffold techniques has been placed, as I already told. What the scaffold will do, a biocompactable material has been placed inside the mechanical bladder. This mechanical bladder will force the material to inject into your bladder filling and also emptying. So after that, it gets filled into your body, it starts forming like a wall, muscular wall. In this muscular wall, you can able to do some of the automatic process, and even sensory issues will be regenerated. You can get the sense. If some of the patients know, when I get urine, I don't know, so I started urination in the bed itself, so I lost my sensing activity. So in this type of problem, the sensing activity you can able to reconstruct. So the 3D mechanism has been done in this type. Here they have taken some of the stem cells, and the stem cells has been restructured. Some of the scientific production has been emphasized in this type of bladder, and a clinical setting is also has been placed. In this, there are some of the materials like urethelium, basal lamina, submost coat has been formed, inner muscular layer as well as outer muscular layer. There is a layer called res tussa. this is a circular muscle. When you are stretching your muscle, the reducer will help to generate the calories from the muscles to the your brain or even to the bloods like that. So when the positive vibes going on, the negative starts sensing and it will gets into the urination. So like that type of analysis has been carried out in 2000. So this helps many of the patients, even in the bed patients, who can able to do this type of activity. After 2003, the Thomas has find out the inkjet printer. As already many of them knows what is inkjet printer, how the bio organs has been developed, is the bio organs is beyond the human, like that. You have so many questions behind them. Thomas Boland's lab has been modified this type of inkjet printer in 2003 to accommodate the cells in the subfolds. Whatever the negative cells is available in the inkjet, he have filed a patent he filed an American patent in 2000. After that, he started working. What the inkjet printing will, can I create some tubes to make the tissues living all the time? So he started working to the bio organs. After that, this is the most successful he have find out, and still there are many organs has been implanted with this help of techniques only. So the 3D tubes of tissue, living tissue, has been designed by him. After that, he have identified the suspicious cells, whatever the cells gets eradicated from the neighboring cells, like that he started identifying. After that, he started working the entire, will it affect the entire organs? So I have to stop before that. So he started working with one of the university from South Carolina. He started working what will be the tissues, whether I can print the array of DNA. Is the array of DNA will also include the proteins even after some of the cells, but it will be the challenge that 3D I am going to work. Will the 3D wash out all the ink cartridge and refilling the some of the new cartridge, like that he started. It's like simply like our printer. It starts consuming the inkjet entering into your body. The unwanted cells has been loaded into the printer and we are throwing it away from the body, and the newly evaporated cells has been injected into your body, like that we started working. So he developed a new gel called as reversible gel. This reversible gel, it's like the caterpillar which we have used in our olden days. So it's like injecting 1 drop, 2 drop, like that. It start injecting over full cells. So where it takes the activity from the original cells. Yeah, there will be a clump of cells. We can take the clump of cells from the inkjet. After that, we are filling the entire body. So he started working this type of activity in a clumpjet cell. After the clumpjet cell, we can easily able to dispense the cells from one body to another body. After 2009, yeah, new technology called Fargaps technology. Hope some of them has watched the news, even in terms of pandemic situation. Some of the things behind this type of article they have been discussed. So this is a generation of organs. Yeah, we are completely going to generate the organs from one body to another body using a 3D printer. We are going to print the human tissues itself. So whatever the needs, we are going to print the same tissues and entering into their body. So the things, whatever the decades has been produced, the tissue engineers have to think about a two-dimensional cell structures to creating a three-dimensional organ. If I need three-dimensional organs, I have to create two-dimensional cell structures. So that's the most challenging task for all the biomedical engineers when in 2009 Nayan while I am studying in biomedical. That's the thing behind the theme. Everyone starts thinking about I have to develop some of the two-dimensional cell structure. Till now, there is a one-dimensional cell structures only available. If I am creating two-dimensional, then I can able to produce one dimension as a success tissues and another dimension in a failure tissue. So I can regenerate a failure tissue into a successful one. So there is no need of replacement of tissue. I can easily changing failure tissue into a successful tissue. Like that, everyone started working on the Navogen technique. So that's the 3D printer. Usually, even from the leaves, they are taking some of the tissues in here for bio. After that, from the plants, you are taking the arrays and gels from the what you called as tulasi. Like that, from that leaf, you are taking some of the tissues and placing it as a tray and sending into the body, and it gets regenerated as the tissues when you are as it is in the sunlight, it gets regenerated very easy. So that's the thing behind the Navogen in 2009. After that, immediately 2010, the blood vessel. He is the first person who generated the first blood vessel into your body without using cellulars. So that's the basic behind the 2010. After 2011, you are coming into the 3D models, which is most important thing. So like that is going on. After that, so this is the thing behind how I am moving from generation to generation, how I am achieving all this, how I have started. As you already know, I am started with the searching of cells. Now I am able to reproduce a bio organ itself. Even in terms of full liver gets failed, I can able to replace your bio organs into your body. So like this only, the tissue engineering has been booming. So the biofabrication plays a vital role in this type of activity. Coming to the tissue engineering, why tissue engineering? Is the tissue engineering a major one? The tissue engineering is a interdisciplinary. You have to apply the principles of engineering. You need some mechanical engineer support, you need chemical engineering support, you need pharmaceutical support, you need life science behind the tissue. As all these things have been compressed in this type of tissue engineering. Suppose I am generating tissue, thousands of tissue I have generated. I am giving a mechanical force of 10 kilometer per hour into your body. Automatically, the pressure gets raised. Automatically, heart gets blocked. Even gets heart attack or wheezing problem like that. So you need some mechanical support. Also, chemical support needs behind this type of. So tissue engineering is a interdisciplinary field. Whenever you are working in tissue engineering, you have to think all these over a wide path. So some of the tissue engineering in this engineer drafts are they have started doing skin replacement of skin, even cartilage, bone, blood vessel, skeletal muscle, bladder, like that is going on. So even this type of items you have heard in some of the famous hospitals like Ganga Hospital, even many Apollo, like that. You are hearing they are changing one bone, they are replacing the bone. Even the bone gets fractured, there is a bone bank is available. They are changing the bone. Yeah, even blood bank is available. So in the blood bank, the tissue is also gets interchanges from one human to another human. Like that, you are started seeing this type of activity. But the thing going behind this type of activity is nothing but a tissue engineering or a biofabrication process. So so hope everyone can understand what the things going behind this type of issues. So there are three classical tissue in this engineering approaches. One is use of instructive environment. Second one is delivery of repair cells or bioactive factors that into a damaged area. Third one is of cultivation of cells on a biomaterial scaffold in a culture system. So as already we have discussed many things behind this. So going in depth is not a worth one. So hope everyone understand the three types what they are doing. One is they are replacing the material. Another one is they are by identifying the repair cells. Third one is they are cultivating the new cells, like that, as we have already discussed. So what's the thing behind what they are going to see behind this type of this? Even in the human body, you are taking the cell structure first. With the help of cell structure only, you can able to do the expansion. You can able to expand to n number of versions. Even it might be a autologous cells which contains a vascular cells, like that is going on. So coming to this type, why what is the thing between the vascular cells? Is the adult system cells? And there are n number of cells behind the cell structure. You have to think it up, both autologous cells as well as the allogenic cells. One can produce the positivities, another can able to reproduce the negativities into your positivities, like a vascular where the air circulation has been gone. You can able to cut blood cells, even the RBC WBC count can be increased. So you are taking a cell structure from your body and you are going to expand it. After the expandation, you are forming some of the things. Parallelly, you are doing the biodegradable scaffolds, as we saw in second or third slides. The biodegradable scaffolds, it contains the natural protein as well as the polymers has been the decentralized vessels, as we saw in the tissue construction from animal to human being. Decellularized vessels will be there under the hybrid scaffold. All this combined together produce a cell seeding. This cell seeding is a very major one. This gets combined as biodegradable scaffold is in the structure form. Cell culture is you are getting the cells in both the autologous as well as allogenic cells in a cell seeding. After that, you are feeding the cell seeding into a culture chamber. Chamber by chamber you are placing. After the chamber placement, there is a media reservoir which always check how the flow should be there in a human body. Is the pumping mechanism is necessary? Is the pumping towards the heart or towards the leg or towards the body, or it should be pumped after the feeding, or after pumping only we have to feed? Like this, so many mechanisms will be taken by the vessel reactor. That's the most important thing. This vessel reactor can be controlled by the chemical engineer and mechanical engineer. So after that feeding, there is a engineered vessel has been formed. In this engineered vessel, you can able to transplantation into your human body. This is the thing each and every hospital is doing. How the tissue gets injected into your body. Like this, it's going on. So hope everyone will be clear with this type of thing. So coming to the next one, the developmental mechanism of cellular self-assembly. So now I have told how the cells has been formed. Now I am coming into how you are going to develop the cellular self-assembly. So what is self-assembly? It should be assembled by their own. The cellulose gets automatically assembled. It can be a morphological method. The zygote should be developed. It evolves to the fully developed organism. There should be numerous structures behind this. How I am going to do this mechanism? There will be a three mechanism behind the shapes and the forms. One is cell sorting, tissue fusion. Third one is apparent tissue liquidity. So coming to this part, the cell sorting, tissue fusion, and apparent tissue liquidity, all these three mechanisms grouped together only can able to do a biofabrication technology. So for biofabrication, all these three plays a vital role. So each and everyone has to remember these three techniques. One is cell sorting, tissue fusion. Third one is apparent tissue liquidity. So even some of the things you have studied in this corona time itself, the liquidity in your body gets decreased. There is no liquidity. I have to inject the liquid. If the liquid gets floated, the virus won't affect your body. If the liquid gets low, it affect your bone as well as your cells. Like that, you started hearing some of the things from the news or even from your friend circle. So that's the things behind the liquidity. So coming to the cell sorting, how the cells get sorted. As I already told, it is a self-assembly process. You have to establish a cellular compartments. So as always told, whenever you are forming some of the cells, it should be a matrix formation. So rows and columns should be same. M cross N formation will be behind this type of cellular structures. One will take off compartments, another will take up of boundaries. So the boundaries between the distinct tissues will be there. So coming to the DAH is nothing but a differential adhesion hypothesis. These cells are able to differentiate the strength between the each and every cell. How the differentiation will be there. So coming to the picture, if you take the first cell, it is a 6x6 matrix. So the 6x6 matrix contains 36 cells, which is of equal strength. In the second, they are forming a structure which is highly strengthened, which is low strengthened. So they are mapping approximately 8 cells. So in this 8 cells, they are mapped and they are formed the 8 cells with a formation of 6 outer boundaries in the third image. So the morphogenic mechanism will be placed with this type of structure only. So you have to do this formation is named as a lumen formation, as the different adhesion will be going behind this. So this type of tissue, based on the human needs, they are forming this type of tissue and injecting this type of tissue into a human body. This is a type of cell sorting. So hope everyone knows what is a cell sorting. If you need n number of cells, you can go for 8x8 or even 16x16 like that. And even the parallelism mechanism will be also easier in this type of cell sorting. So coming to the next one is tissue fusion. Tissue fusion can be done with 2 or more distinct cells to make contact and coalesce. So this type of distinct cells will be usually, if you see the first image, both the cells are in different structure. After that, it gets collaged. Both the 2 cells gets collaged. After that, they are forming, they are broadening their size. After that, the fourth image shows almost they are grouped together. At the 6th cell, you will see the cells gets collided each other. So the fusion has been takes place here. I am generating 2 tissues over here. After that, the tissue gets aggregated and it gets the structure in the form of embryo. So this is the formation. So how much time it will take to do this type of tissue is 1427 minutes it will take to form 2 types of tissue fusion. So coming to the next one is liquidity. As I already told, the sorting of fusion, reassemble, the phase separation, as well as the coalescence in liquid is the proposed mechanism behind the adhesive motile cell population. So the property behind the tissue is it contains a limbert as well as a pigmented epithelium is grouped together a surface tension of 20.1 to form a layer. If a epithelium and a heart can produce some of the layer, the heart and liver is forming another layer. The liver and the retina is forming a layer. So when you are grouping 2 surfaces, automatically forms the liquidity where the new tissue with a variant characteristics has been formed, and it has its own properties also. So the apparent surface and the interfacial tension is belongs to this equilibrium configuration. So when you are combining two tissues, you have to combine the two tissue like this only, as we have saw already. If you are combining the limb bud and the heart, it will form a another layer of tissue. So this is the background behind the system. So coming to the next one, what are the components needed for bioprinting? As this is the most important one, you need cells first. After that cell, it gets collided with hydrogel. After that, it collided with the bioprinter to form a tissue, the tissue or organ, which is a bioprinted organ. So these three combinations or components you need: cells, hydrogel, and bioprinter. So each cells, usually it is a type of bioink, and hydrogel is nothing but a biopaper, which is a circular shape. You can dip into your body and measuring the cells. Like that, you have heard so many things behind the cellular microbiology. There are three phases behind the bioprinting. One is pre-processing, one is processing, another one is post-processing. What the pre-processing will be takes care. The pre-processing, you have to analyze the tissue, how much cells has been eradicated from the human body, whether we have to do the analysis from human to human or animal to human. Like that, pre-processing will be going on, whether the human have any type of operation already gone, or he has any type of diseases or any major cancers available to this type of human. Like that, everything will be analyzed in a pre-processing state. In this pre-processing, the cells combining with hydrogel is also doing in the processing state. And the post processing, as we already saw, the subfold process will be comes in place, and the fabrication method has been comes in place. So like that is going on. So coming to the next one, the three steps, as I already told. Pre-processing is planned with a bioimaging and a CAD software. You are forming a blueprint. So the bioimaging is nothing but a cellular or microbiological terms, and you are doing the analysis in a CAD software, and you are doing the blueprint in the pre-processing state. After that, the blueprint becomes a bioprint when you are going to do some of the bioink and biopaper. As I already told, bioink deals with the cells, and bioink deals with the hydrogel. So like this, the bioprinter will take care of the cell and the hydrological parts, and the image clearly describes what the processing status. After that, I have designed a bioprinter. What will be the post processing? Is the bio reactor. You are going to take the meteorogens as well as the bio monitoring, how the cells has been diffused, is the tissue generated by the human body is convenient. Like that, it starts doing. So the three parts are blueprint, bioprinter, as well as the bioreactor. These are the three steps behind the techniques. So coming to the bioink, how the bioink can be created? Is the bioink can be created? Is there any cell structure will be followed? Like that, so many things behind this. So first, creating bioink, the first one is you are taking the cells. The cells has been taken from the patients. You are going to do the biospikes or stem cells, and you are checking the growing status using some standard methods or techniques. So I am going to do this type of bio inks, how can be created in this type of cells. Sorry. So bioink materials is usually can be of any color or can be of any forms. So bioink materials have some of the artificial live tissue using 3D printing. The ink is mostly composed of cells. Even tandem additional materials can be developed to envelop the cells. Now I am going to do some of combination of cells using biopolymer gels, and also it can be converted as a bio ink. So this type of fabricated manner with a mechanical structure has been implemented in this type of bio ink. So there are materials like uh, cross-link condition or natural derivation or bioactive materials, even some of the cell manipulate materials will be there. So coming to the second one, cultured cells. So initially I have do the cells, after that I am going to do the culture the cells into a multiple cells. So while doing the culture you have to measure the medium, what type of medium is there, and the growth medium can be enabling the cells to multiply and grow on their own. I am requesting everyone to do a automation process so that the cells can be grown on their own. In future also, if some of the cells gets erased or it gets damaged or it gets eradicated, it's the cells automatically gets grown by their own. So third one is you are going to collect it all these cells after eradicating. You are going to collect how much enough cells they are produced, you are going to collect, and you are going to made it into a bioink. As I already told, it is like a caterpillar. So you are going to inject all the biocells over there. If you press that, the ink starts spreading into your cartridge to create a biolink. So the cartridge structure will be like that. So now, and the recent they are working on the 4D bio ink also. If you have any idea on working on 4D bio printing, so it has high functional tissue system. The characteristics behind the 4D, they are taking the electricity sensitivity bio ink also. They are going to contract and relax like a pumping of heart. They are going to give the electrical pulses to function the muscle tissue. They are going to work with the muscle tissue. Suppose my hand gets in a stable position, I have no sensing behind my hand, the bone gets fully affected. So they are going and working on the 4D with the help of hydrogel, and they are some injecting some of the polysaccharides in the 4D. So if you are having some of the idea to work on the research field, even faculty have any idea on doing the PhD research on some of the tissue engineering, so it might be a booming one. Even many people are ready to support behind this type of things. So coming to the printing.
Your screen is not visible.
Hello, ma'am.
Your screen is not visible. Can you please check?
Yeah, sorry. I think so, ma'am. Okay. I think now it is visible, ma'am. Is it visible? Okay, thank you, ma'am. So sorry, I think it is visible. Hope now only. I didn't see the chat box. Sorry. Coming to the printing process, what the printing process deals with. I am going to design the bio ink, as well as I am going to design the hydrogel. I am going to do both this process separately. This image clearly show you that the bio ink has some of different cartridge, and hydrogel is different cartridge. Initially, I started working with the hydrogel and forming the outer layer in the hydrogel. After that, I am going to feed the bio ink into the hydrogel layer by layer by layer, going to do the maturation. So that this is the process as the image clearly describes you. I am going to form a circular layer, After that, layer by layer, I am going to place as how much needs you need, like that. So this type of issues can be sorted out. Even the bioink, each and every cell's size should be unique. You cannot able to place it with a different sizes, as you have to do the layer at a maturization in a same level. So you cannot able to change this type of activity. So hope you have understand. So after that, post printed maturization. As I have developed all this, I am going to the post session is deals about the bioreactor. As I already have told in these three types, I have told about the blueprint, as I already told about the bioprint. Now coming to the bioreactor. So this bioreactor is this post mechanism. I am taking the solvent. In this solvent, I am going to place the material, the bioprinted vessels inside this layer, and I am going to fabricate this type of issues in the post printed maturization. In this maturization, I am going to do the maturogens, as well as biomonitoring materials will be placed in this type of maturogens. So this is the bioreactor, how the chemical combustion gets fusion, and how the materials has been pumped into the body. Like this, everyone has been simulated here. So this is the cross section of vascular graft, yeah, rods of 12H post printing. This is the material they have printed, and all these cellular cylinders has been placed inside the body. The size of this is 600 micrometer with a rods, and 14 days has been kept outside the post screening process to bring a perfusion analysis. So this is the final material behind the biofabrication methods. So what is the current process going on? So there will be a even the cells can be placed in ear. Some of them audio has been not clear for you. Kidneys transplantation has been going layer by layer, and blood vessels can be replaced. So what the ear can do, I am going do the collagen from a rat tail. From the rat tail, I am going to take the cells, which is comprised of 250 micrometer, to make a human ear in 15 minutes. So the post processing will take nearly 3 months. After the 3 months, if a children is not able to hear, or the outer drum has been damaged in his ear, so you can able to you can able to do the post screening process will be takes place. Even in terms of kidney failure, layer by layer building of scaffold has been designed, and you are going to deposition of kidney cells over the body. So I am going to assemble the transplanted into a patient. After the degradation, it will adapt to your kidney cells, whatever gets failed. As blood cells is the major thing, your most of the sugar patients gets affected, and due to non-toxic sugar, filaments gets reduced, like that. So this type of cells structures or tissue engineering gets processed nowadays. Even skin grafts, you are going to place the skin from one body to another body. If you are fell down in a bike accident, and your bones are showing, you can easily able to take the skin from your body itself and can place in some other parts, and it gets grooming. So drug testing has been gone. Bone is a major thing. Even the bone fracture can also do a bone bank can helps you to repair the complex fracture in accidents also. So this is the bioprinting forecast. You are going to do the printing in your new skin, printing a cartilage, or even in bones, printing replacement issues, printing the organs, like that. The technology adoption, how much it will takes usually legs it will takes to 5 to 8 years, even when the research if you started today. So you don't think when I started doing the research after 10 to 15 days I will get succeeded. This is not at all a successful manner in terms of biofabrication, as you have to test in all type of blood cells. Even it is working for O positive, A positive, AB positive, negative. Even it will work for sugar patient, even it will work for coma patient, even it will work for some other diseases, cancer patient. Everything you have to work it out. So the technology adoption usually it will take to 5 to 8 years. After that you have to do the testing in a government sector with their privileges. You have to do the commercialization. It will take around 10 to 15 years. So only everyone start stating that it is a research, not a product. So research you have to research, you have to search by search. You have to do each and every part, so that this type of bioprinting will get succeeded. So there will be a specific organ behind the tissue replacement to impart organs like kidney or some heart. There will be a 3D printing to form the joints or custom fit some bone gets gap, so you can easily fit. What is the behind? I am doing with so many. I am spending so much amount behind this. I am doing so much research behind this. What is the outcome? The main outcome is you are saving some of the life behind this 3D organs. You are improving the lifespan of the human also. So it is a proud moment when the articles or when the organs starts doing. So what is the pros and cons behind this? So, artificial organs usually patients' own cells. No host rejection will be there, and you are going to do the eliminate some of the drug cells which is not able to transplant. You can eliminate the organ donation. No waiting period. When my cells gets affected, I am approaching the hospital. Another 1 or 2 hours, their cells are they keep on ready with the cells. So you no need to wait for a long period. So many things will be there. Also, bioprinters are costly. As already told, bioprinters will be more costly to work with this, and possibly more expensive than regular organ transplant. Use of stem cells in is controversial, because that some of the failure mechanism will be also there, and the cost of using stem cells is always higher end. We can't expect with it can be a free government hospital can do it freely like that. Never, this is not a process like that. So these are the bio fabrication methods I have discussed so far. 1 hour I have told it to you. I have shared some of the views to you. Hope that might be useful for you. Even some of the session will be eye opening for you. So I have given some of the knowledge behind the eye fabrication, and to do some of the research behind this like that. So coming to that, whatever you are doing, all this type will comes to a legal parts. There are parallel research work going behind this. Is there any regulatory? I have to take one day from the animal with proper permission, or I can take it from my dog which is in my house itself. Can I do take it from that and do the testing? Never. It is not like that. There should be some regulatory and legal. Amulya ma'am, can you Stop sharing. Yeah, thank you. Participant, kindly don't share your screen. If any others share your screen, my presentation will get stopped. Thank you. So there will be a regulatory and legal aspects behind each and every 3D printing. What are the legal aspects I have to carry out? I am going to do some of the tissues. Can I take it from my own body and can I test it? Never. You can't able to do that. So now we are going to do that. Uh, Now I am going to do some of the research. I got every approval. I study each and every law. I got approval from human authority. I got from even taking from animals. I am taking from the Blue Cross. Every parts I have cleared, and I am doing the research also. When I am going to submit it, before that, somebody might have filed the patent. So automatically my research work became a illegal one because the same mechanism has been implemented by the one. So even if you are doing some of the research, before getting into a successful one, you don't disclose the component. You can discuss your idea. I am doing like this. Can I proceed with this idea? You can discuss, but you don't disclose what are the equipments you are using, what are the components you are using. He is using a cellular field. I am using a microbiological field. That plays a vital role. So before coming into a picture, you have to do the regulatory aspects and you have to do the intellectual property. Whatever you are going to do, you have to claim your idea, you have to pitch your idea in the patent. Mostly you go for a US patent. When Indian patent, you have to go further beyond the US patent. As research is all over the world, you have to go beyond the some of the US patent is the all over world. So you think it out like that. So there will be a personal data behind the things. How the law sees the 3D printing. What are the 3D printing can be done? You have to use your production facilities. There will be a medical device and medical products will be there, and you have to do the regulation authority. ISO standard has been maintained by the GMP. You have to maintain that type of standard. You have, whenever you are taking a medical device, the therapy or your product, whatever you are using, the material has to be regulated first. So like that, you have to see the law behind this type of 3D printing. So coming to this one, this is the regulation of the printer. A parliamentary question has been raised because the commission has been formed behind this type of European patent. In 1995, he started this work, and 2006, the patent has been granted to this fellow. So what the process behind this type of European journal, he has been described, and you can also search this type of patent even in Google patents or in Euro patents also. So what are the material behind the old patents? He started using the registration, evaluation, authorization, restriction of chemicals. He named that as a REACH. The chemical agency has been behind this type of REACH, and the council has been redirected. He got approval from each and every tissues as well as cells. So the REACH is the chemical substance he have identified, and the tissues and the cells has been implanted into the material. So whenever you are approaching some of the claims like that, I am finding this type of tissue, this type of cells, the patent will not be granted. You have to find out some of the substances like named as REACH or named on your own, and the tissue has been implanted into that technology. Then only you can able to get the claim. So coming to the end result, how the product will become like this. So the council has been produced some of the head or some of the regulatory authority, medical products like this. some of the European Parliament has been generated this. So he is going to place the skin over this head like this. This is the end result. So he has cleared the medical device law. He has to go for the custom made device. He has to do the ATMP regulation, and he has also do the tissue engineered product like ear, nose, teeth. Everything has been manipulated here. So everything can be replaced like this type of. So the end result always leads to this, like you are going to test, you are going to do the bladder, you are going to do the UDI identification of equipments like this. So what is the regulation of this activity? So you need to do the GMP requirement. What is the hearing mechanism? What is the training mechanism? What is the reviewing mechanism? Is this cost accountability? Like that, so many mechanisms are going behind this type of parts. So as I already told, if you are doing some of the software like medical coding for this type of cells or tissue, you have to go for copyright. If you are doing some of the printing material or end result or printing, patenting some of the design parts using CAD, you have to do patent. So going into copyright and also patent, you have to think it of. As such, now I have 13 patents in the biomedical stream, and as well as I am a patent attorney also. So it's a major thing behind each and every research, because I am doing, as in your olden days, in your students doing some of the project, same set of projects has been taken by two students. I am also doing the automatic patient monitoring system. He is also doing the automatic patient monitoring system, but I am using microprocessor. He is using microcontroller. Like that, so many ideas will become inside your class itself. When you are taking into all over world, there are, you can't expect this is my own mechanism. No one can able to do like that. So intellectual property plays a vital role in India as well as in your foreign state. So same set of patterns has been came here. I will share my PPT to all of the people, so don't worry. So you can easily see the things behind the fabrication process. So what are the recent trends behind this type of mechanism? Because biofabrication or biomechanical, what are the recent trends they have taken? As nowadays, IoT plays a vital role in each and everywhere. Whatever I needs, I have to do via IoT, or artificial intelligence, or neural network. Even artificial and neural network can be collaborated with IoT. So everything goes behind IoT. Even if, now I am taking in Google Meet, it is also connected with IoT. So entire network, everything comes behind IoT. So it gets advanced. IIoT, IMOT, like that, it's get grooming one by one. So in your campus or in your home, where is IoT? You started searching. So your classroom is IoT, digital library is IoT, even smart bus parking is IoT, even chemical composition is IoT, your Wi-Fi device is IoT, my mobile is connected by a hotspot is an IoT. Like this, whatever is the surrounding situation, everything comes into IoT. Nowadays, even if you are sitting in sofa, you are operating your fan using your mobile device, you are operating your TV using your mobile device, everything connected with IoT. So where is IoT you are searching? It will be everywhere. So not one or two things, it comes everywhere. Yeah, it comes everywhere. So coming to where is IoT? It is a wearable devices there, healthcare devices there, and moreover, many applications is coming to into the picture. So smart applications like you are doing, you are want to measure my parent database medical device who is in India, I am in USA. I want to do the data. My father is going on operation. I want to see some of the things behind this type of. So healthcare usually belongs to IoT. So this is the first one. I will take some more minutes. Sorry for your long time. As this type of application helps you to find some of the new innovative products here. So I am taking the narrative clip. So this is the first person camera. Usually I have placed it in my phone. So in this type of device, it automatically records whatever you are traveling for 24 hours. This device will take. I am placing it in my t-shirt, and I am starting walking from one place to another place, or everywhere 24/7. It will start capturing each and every images over here. So this is the first narrative clip has been designed here. So in this type of device, there is only one type of view is available. I can't able to visualize the entire location. So yeah, autographer has been identified after 2 years. It's look like a camera, looks like your human eye. You can be able to cover a wide range. So they have identified a photographer like a device. Third one is a capture. This is nothing but your voice capture. Whatever you talk for 3 days, it gets captured, it automatically gets recorded, and a USB device is placed inside. You can place it in your system, and you can able to hear. This is not like a spy camera. Whatever information as a cinematographer I want to check, whenever I get idea, I will record it in my screen. I am delivering this class, I have to record all my audio so that I will play back again and will check whether I have delivered it correctly. Like that, it will goes on. So this is the capture for audio only. After that, yeah, jawbone has been arrived, which always measure your activity, how much calories I have in my body, how much heart rate is in my body. Yes, sun rays has been clear to my body. Is my human eye is clear to my body. Like that, you are doing the activity monitoring in this jawbone. But the drawback in this jawbone is whatever activity it gets measured here, but you cannot able to view directly. You have to connect it via phone or connect it via your system. You have to visualize that. So to overcome this, they have find out this Fitbit. Most of the young generation, even ourselves, we are wearing this Fitbit watch. But the Fitbit watch, you can able to view directly how much calories in my body, how much temperature in my body. Is everything is clear in my body. Like that, it's going on. So coming to this type of visualization, you are start thinking this. What is the reason behind the Fitbit watch? I am continuously monitoring my calories. Will it leads to depression? Whoever crosses me, even my neighbors, even in my home, my father, brother, everyone started asking, why you are wearing this Fitbit watch? Are you getting some of the things like இப்போ உனக்கு ஒரு பயம் வந்துருச்சா, உடம்பு சரியா இல்லைன்னு ஒரு பயம் வந்துருச்சா? Like that, our neighbors started asking this type of questions. As a human, I want to know how my body is it normal condition. Like that, it's a simple task, but some unwanted conversation will lead to this type of depression. So to avoid this type of depression, they have designed a people smart watch. It look like a simple watch. Now no one will question you. Are you wearing Fitbit watch only for measuring is your heart rate when you are going to get a heart attack? Like that, no one will question you. It's similar like a heart watch. You can change the mode and you can see the parts like that. This is a emotive, most important brain active tracker. Now I want to see, I am delivering a lecture, what my brain will say. Automatically my brain wave EEG will state that 65 people are here. My brain will say, if 45 people will listen my conversation, it will be happy for me. After this conversation, this presentation, out of the 65, 45 people will contact me and ask me some doubts, or they will contact through my WhatsApp. It will be more happy. So like that, my brain waves will started working. What my brain waves is saying. If a class student is wearing, I am taking a class in board. The waves will say, is he listening to my class or he is not attending? Like that, it starts doing your brain waves. So next one, in your brain waves, as already told, you cannot able to visualize what my brain waves is saying. You have to keep the system and have to measure it. So they have introduced a muse. This is a brain monitor. You can able to view it directly. What my brain wave says. I am thinking that I go for a ride for 20 kilometers? Can I go for a Ooty trip? Or can I purchase a mobile phone? What your brain wave says. Like that, you can able to measure it. So next one is your home signal. This is nothing but your body stress level. So this is like how to say, this is like a inner t-shirt. You can wear 24/7. After that, you can wear a blazer over there, so no one can see. This is a smart socks in which how my angle gets placed. This is 90 degree, 45 degree, whether to angle distraction will come like this. So this is a foot locker in between how the stress level comes. This is a baby status monitor. Is my baby health level is correct, or the heartbeat is moving correct, like that. This is a flexible sensor which is placed in your body. You can measure it. This is a micro muscle tracker. Is any bone fracture is there? Is my hand is straight? I am sitting in a eradicate position, like that. This is a smart ring. Only when you are on this ring, you can see the time. This is a fin 5 cross. You can measure like this. So like this, industry 4.0 plays a vital role. As industry 4.0 is moving from one generation to another generation. Initially 1760 to 1840 takes the first generation, 70s to 40s take the second generation, 2010 takes the third generation, or fourth generation has been arrived. Now coming to this, if you take a telephone to reach 1,000 million customer, it takes 75 years. Now website takes 7 years to reach the customers. Facebook takes 4 years to reach 1,000 million customer. Instagram takes only 2 years. Pokemon takes only 1 month to reach. Nowadays, if you are releasing some of the videos, like even the audio launch, even some of the first version, movie version, it will take nearly 2 hours to reach that million customers. So next one, the design principles, what you have to think about 4.0. Like that, you have to do interpretive, visualization, decentralization, real-time capability, service, like this is going on. So hope some of the things has reached you. So I would like to thank each and everyone whoever participated here and listening to my conversation for nearly 1.5 hours. If you have any queries, kindly post it over here, or you can unmute and speak, like that, anything, or you can contact me through mobile or WhatsApp, anything. Even many students or faculty might be there. I will motivate, or even I can support in any kind of activities over here. So kindly note down my mail ID and password. You can contact me anything for any sort of things. If you have any queries, kindly post it in chat box, or you can text me in WhatsApp. No issues. I will answer it here.
I request the participants to share your queries.
Is there any query? You can catch me in any sort of things. So I would like to hello, ma'am, Pura Sundari ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Hello, ma'am. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If any queries, if you are in feedback form, you can share it.
Yes, sir. Surely I will share you. Can you chat box how putting the
Yeah.
questions?
Sorry, definitely.
Participants, any questions, please?
So in this regard, we would like to thank Ramakrishnan College Management for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and Said Sir, HOD, for giving this opportunity. And I would like to thank Karpura Sundari ma'am for organizing this type of event during this pandemic situation. So I would like to thank all the participants who were here and taking any speech over here. So thank you everyone for participating in this type of event. So
Thank
thank
you, sir. Yes, sir. First of all, I thank our speaker for delivering the very concept in biofabrication. And also, I thank our chairman, principal, executive director, and head of the department for providing the support in organizing this webinar. I also thank our IEEE Student Chapter Counselor, Dr. A. Kavita, for providing the knowledge support. Last but not least, I thank all the participants who are attending this webinar. Thank you all. Participants, I share the feedback link in the chat box. So whenever you are filling the feedback along, you will be able to get the certificate. Kindly fill it. The link is already shared. Thank you, sir.
you, ma'am.
Participants, are you getting any queries? Um, Sir, Ramkumar sir, one of the participants is asking, they got
Yeah,
new information about this webinar, and also they need to share the slides for future references. That's
yeah,
all
yeah.
the only
I
one.
will share the PPT to you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Till now, many of the participants have given an excellent session.
Thank you, ma'am.
That they
Thank you
have
so much.
given very nice and wonderful discussions that you have given.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your wonderful session, sir.
Thank you so much. Sir.
மோகன் சொல்லிட்டு லிங்க் ஃபார்ம் பண்றாங்க யாரு இல்ல
Who is Mohan? You are sharing a Google feedback link form. That is for what purpose? So shall we wind up the meeting, please? Very well.